Hey everyone, Britton here, also known as Samoki Dude. Before I get to this video, I just wanted to note, if you see any references to Talking Story or the Talking Story Town Hall, this is because this video was initially going to be a part of the Town Hall segment that John does on his channel every month. I thought maybe I should switch things up because, I don't want to just recommend books all the time. But alas, it was too long. I couldn't put it on there, and don't worry, I gave them another video that they'll use, which will probably be this Thursday. So by the time that this will be up, yeah, it should be fun. But aside from that, this is a bookshelf tour. This is basically a tour of this office here, all the books that I have, all the shelves that I have. You'll get to see everything. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So not really much else to say. Let's get to the video. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Britton, also known as Samoki Dude. I'm here back with Town Hall. Sorry I didn't do one last time. I couldn't really figure out what I was going to do, but this time I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to do a Samoki Dude Cribs, if you will. I'm here with my camera lady, who's also my mother. We won't talk about that too much. Yeah, I'm basically just going to show you around my office where I do my books and stuff, and I also kind of clean the place up because camera lady, she didn't want to record if it was all messy. But, whatever. So, let's do it. First we got here, we have this little pile here. I actually just recently put this together, or the camera lady did. I just added to it. But I added some books as well. I got William Shakespeare here. Some of the books in here I've read, such as two of these Joe Byrne books. Kindred, my favorite book this year. Lonesome Dove, my second favorite book this year. Lolita, which is one of my all-time favorites, and just some other books I haven't read yet. Oh, and Kagan the Damned. I'm sure you'll appreciate that, John, when you see this. There's some other books over here that I won't get into. So yeah, can you still see me here? Anyway. Also, just some other books. Also, the books we buddy read together. So look at that. Yeah, there we go, right there. Two novellas. We did those together, and Kay and the Dam right here, which I already pointed out. So yeah, I'm gonna try and not keep this for too long. So let's move on. Well, I had a little bit of a whoopsie there. I asked the camera lady where my phone was at, and she was holding it. But that's beside the point. This is where the magic happens on Samoki Dude. You might recognize the setup a little bit because you usually see this right over here. But yeah, this is generally where I record stuff. It's generally where I hang out most of the time. This is my microphone right here. Sure, it's very nice. It's very lovely. I thank my parents for getting me it. And, I have the old microphone down there, but I'm trying to go one at a time here. But yeah, this is also where I keep some of my books. I have right here. This is where my book collection is. These are the books I'm reading right now. So yeah, there you go, right there. I have the Southern Reach trilogy right here. My friend Jason gave them to me, so if he watches this, which is a tall order, I don't know if he'll watch this, but I appreciate it. And also the books up here. I have a bunch of books over here. I have some comics right here, some Marvel. I have some Alan Moore right here. Some other stuff, some other books. There's the Gentleman Bastard books and the Vore books. There's my Marlon James collection right here. There's the Baz Lag books right there. And there is also my Dennis Lehane collection, which has been very well loved. Also some other, what's the word? Miscellaneous things I have on here. I have a quarter collection. Also an old photo of my dad and me when I was little, but that's beside the point. But yeah, this is where I usually record my stuff, so not really much else to say on that. Well, this is my big bookshelf. This is where I usually keep a lot of my books and movies and video games, basically anything where I don't know where to put it. We actually put this together a few years ago. It actually belonged to my grandfather. Then he gave it to my dad, and then my dad gave it to me. So I'm like, all right, this is fine. Here's my comic shelf here. This at the very top. I keep a lot of my comics here. This is the Brubaker collection. There's my Jeff Lemire collection right there. There's a bunch of other series I really enjoy. I also have my journalist award. I won this a few years ago. I'm very proud of it, believe it or not. I didn't expect I would win this, but I eventually did, and it's I'm very pleased with it. Here's an old photo of one of my favorite photos, actually, of my dad and I and my grandfather, God rest his soul. Not the one who gave me this. He's another grandfather. And my uncle. I really love this photo. I don't know why. I have a lot of sentiment towards it. So miss you, Grandpa John. If you're, and I got issue 32 of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing at my local comic shop. This was a steal. It was like $1. It was like $2. So I got it, and I framed it because I really loved this particular issue. Sadly, they did not have the anatomy lesson, so that didn't pan out. That didn't work out very well. And also there's some little Batman Joker figures I got. So, there you go. Here's some other books I have. I stack books because I get them by the carload. It drives my parents crazy, but that's the thing about reading. You keep going. So here's my stacks. There's some books behind there. There's some ones right there. There's also these, and there's also that. There's part of my Stephen King collection. There's Robert E. Howard right there. Neil Gaiman is right there. A couple other people is also down here. There's another pack of books. I actually just recently put this together. And some other books right here. That also goes into my movie collection, so this is where the books end. And then I put some books down here as well. But I also have books on the other side, so hoping this isn't going for too long. I apologize. I have a Book of Mormon. This was given to me for free. I am not a Mormon, but I was given this by some very kind people, so there you go. This was also given to me by a friend of mine who's a writer, so thank you, Jordan, if you ever watch this. I highly doubt he will, but if he does watch it, thank you. Here's my first law collection right here. These are the books I own so far. I've read all 4 of these, so don't worry, it's aren't books that I own. Here's basically all my other books that I have here. Some more comics right here. Oh dear, alright, let me get rid of that. There's some comics right here. Let me move those. Here's some other books right here. These are my video games. I really like video games as well. Oh, I don't play them as much as I used to, but I do play them still. And there's some other books. And oh, look at this. It's Speaks the Nightbird. I know you really like this one, John, so I imagine you'll appreciate the shout out. There's also Hyperion, which I just finished recently, as of the recording of this anyway. I finished it last night, actually, so there you go. Again, as of the recording of this video. So, that's my big bookshelf. This is my book couch. It's not as crazy as it once was. If you've seen a couple of my podcasts, it's kind of up in the air from time to time. But yes, this is where I keep some of my books when there isn't a shelf, because I need a new shelf. But that's beside the point. I have a couple on me. I have Mike Molman's books. I got them a few months ago. I did a podcast with them. It's some really beautiful wrapping, I have to say, from Mike. I really appreciate that. I got some books over here. I have a D&D book, because that's the only official one that I own. There's some comics, Astro City, 100 Bullets. I also have Essex County. I haven't read that yet. I also have, I think that is E.L. Montag's book, it is. And All Things Left Wild right here from a friend of my channel, James Wade, who's a really nice guy. I actually just had a podcast with him last night, as of the recording of this. I also have Way of Edan, Prophet of Edan, Return to Edan I'm about to start reading. Some other books here. There's my Invincible collection. It's the stool, I guess, for my OU garb here. And there's also some other books over here. I have some back here, and it's just a mess. So, that's about it for my office. It's about all the books I have in my office that I can fit anyway. And there will probably be more in the future. Well, this is my bedroom, so there's not as many books here, but there are a good couple, so I'll just show a couple of them off for anyone who's interested. So on the top shelf here, there's my Cormac McCarthy collection. I'm very pleased with it. I need to add some more to it, maybe like 2 or 3 more, I'm not entirely sure. And right over here is some more of my Stephen King books, which I actually got from my parents, so thanks, Mom and Dad. Down here, we got some other books here, Woody Guthrie books, because I'm always curious about artists who do multiple trades, and I'm quite fascinated by them. There's some Robert Heinlein books here. I have some philosophical texts. I have To Kill a Mockingbird right here. This is a great book. Here's a book that I did for a book club, or not book club, a book report a few years ago in high school. Some other stuff. Here's I actually got this at a local bookshop. It was a steal. Aristotle, The Politics, and I'm really pleased with that. There's my Christopher Triana books, Cold Place for Dying and Gone to See the Riverman, which I really like, and Walden and Civil Disobedience, which are pretty good books, which are really good essays from good one for when you're young, I think. Here's my C.S. Lewis collection here of all my C.S. Lewis books that I have. That I don't own them all, but these are just the ones I have. And some other books that aren't necessarily important at the moment. So down here, I have a good couple of other books. I have the big one is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. This was a fun one to read. My parents always were coming in and asking, so how far did you get into it? So yeah. Battle Cry of Freedom, I haven't read this yet, but I'm a big Civil War nut, so I'm really hoping to get to this book at some point. There's my John Green collection right here. Susanna Clark, and I pointed out Jonathan Strange, Mr. Norrell, Susanna Clark, Piranesi's right there. Some other books. I don't see any more, so let's go down to the next one. Down here I have a couple comics. I have Lone Wolf and Cub, which I started a while back, and A History of Violence, which, yes, is the same history of violence that inspired the David Cronenberg movie. Some other books here. I have some Jeff Vandermeer books, my bad. Sitting here. I actually need to sell this because they have the paperback version of it now. Some other books here that I have. This was one that my dad gave me. I really liked. It's about interviewing people, which has proven very helpful. I got Ray Bradbury right here. I'm actually hoping to get some more Ray Bradbury at some point. I got Lord Dunsany, some other books. There's some Clive Barker right here. Good stuff like that. And down here, not really as important. It is very important, but just to me personally, a lot of yearbooks, history stuff. I have the first, or not, I don't know if this is the first or second. The Lovecraft volume. Not a big Lovecraft fan, but I really like Victor Laval, who wrote the introduction to this. I'm hoping to get the other one that has the Alan Moore introduction in it. So yeah, I really want to get that. So yeah, it's also really interesting if you're a Lovecraft fan or not, because there's a lot of interesting history in this book. So let's put this up. But yeah, it's what I got for my bedroom, so let's go on to the last one of this. Well, hopefully we will not have too much animal fighting in this because, my animals are getting a little rowdy at the moment. But this is my big comic book collection. He's like, God, you've shown like thousands of comics already. Well, I own a lot of comics, so yeah, this is my big comic shelf. Sadly, I'm sad to admit this, but I haven't read all of these comics yet, so at one point I will get to them. But yeah, here's my Hellboy collection. I'm sure Matt from Matt on Books will like that because he's a big Hellboy fan. Here's my Robert Kirkman collection, which extends up here. So there's The Walking Dead. I got these 4 omnibuses because I genuinely couldn't be bothered to get all the single volumes because he goes for a very long time, that Robert Kirkman. Some other series here. You got Southern Bastards. You got Witches. The Paper Girls right here. We got Saga. My mom the camera woman can confirm that I've asked her a few times to check this shelf because I couldn't keep track of all the comics I owned. Over here, Daredevil collection, some other DC comics right here. Big Grant Morrison Batman comic I haven't even dared try to touch yet because I know his is the big one. As a lot of people say. And there is my Alan Moore DC collection. I'm really proud of this. I got Watchmen, V for Vendetta, the Swamp Thing run he did. All brilliant stuff. And DC Dark Knight's Metal, which is a lot of fun. So, Oh man. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention Scott McCloud's Making and Understanding comics. This is probably the best thing I've read about making comics. I really do think so. Though I haven't read Will Eisner's stuff yet, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to get too nerdy here. Like I said, I'm trying not to keep this too long, but it's probably pretty long as it is. So yeah, these are all my comics. Hope you guys like this. Well, I noticed as the video ended, I forgot to mention where you guys can find me. So, as I like to say in all of my videos, you can find me on Twitter. You can also find me on Instagram and Blue Sky, even though I barely use Blue Sky. You can also find me on Goodreads and Letterboxd, where I write reviews that are probably more coherent than the one you just heard right now, though I didn't really do a review today. Anyway, you can also find me on Discord. I'm on there. I love hearing from you guys. Also, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. It feels good, as my friend John Minton likes to say, and as I said before, if you guys are a little confused, this was originally meant for John's channel, but again, I felt it was too long, so I'm putting it on here. So my time was not wasted, and I did not waste my mom's time / the camera lady's time in doing the video. So thank you, camera lady / mom, and thank you guys for watching. Come back, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Again, as John Minton likes to say, it feels good when you do it. You even feel a little tingle, I gotta say. So take that, Jacob. But anyway, till next time.